guys, this is my thoughts on the Roger spacer with the stock CST knobby tire on the EX30 after about 50 miles of giving it a try. So originally when I first installed this, I was a little bit hesitant about it. I was worried that the tire was going to slip, but I'm happy to report that nothing of the sort has ever happened at all. It's been very stable. Been pretty reliable too, no problems. But as far as these spacers go, at least with this tire, I'm not a huge fan of it. Now the reason why I kind of don't really like it right now is mainly because of the tire. It is strictly because of this CST tire. Now, anybody that's ridden the CST knobby, the main complaint is that as you're turning, it feels, number one, it feels really flat in the middle. And then as you're turning, you kind of reach a point where it kind of just like falls over. And with the wider rim, basically what was happening is it allowed the profile of the tire to be a little bit more uniform. But now that I've installed these spacers again, it's more in line with like what the original, like a master rim would look like. And it doesn't really help that there's the wear pattern on this knobby tire is not particularly fantastic. So what I mean by that is my tire is kind of flat spotting at this point. So the center knobs down here are a lot more worn than the side knobs. And so as you're kind of transitioning on a turn, I mean, this part's kind of nice. It's kind of like a flat transition here. This is okay, but then you get to this spot on the last lug of knobs, and suddenly there's just this like huge drop like this. So you kind of go from, okay, it's kind of predictable, then it's like, boom, you're all the way over here. And that's really what gives this tire this impression that it just kind of wants to fall over. Now I'm sure it's something that I could learn, and it would be less pronounced with a new tire or a new CST tire, or if it sat more true to like what the original what it would sit like on the original 3-inch wide rim without the spacers. But in its current form, with the current amount of wear that I have on it, it's like, it feels like basically my tire is riding on a square. So it's like really flat on the middle, and then because the way that the spacer kind of pulls the tire in, it's kind of exaggerated this edge on the last lug. So unfortunately for me, as far as this stock tire goes on the EX30, it's in the rotor spacers. It's probably not for me, but the good news is I have another tire coming in. I have a street tire in size 80, 100 over 14. And that's coming in from Japan. It's a street tire. And I know that there's been a lot of discussion about, oh, when nobody can find these 80 over 100 tires. I was able to get one. The shipping is quite a bit, but the tire itself is pretty cheap. So it's not actually any more expensive than it would be for like or not that much more expensive if you were to order like a Pilot Street 2 here on the States. So I'll let you guys know how that goes.